You're watching Dave and Keith on Net Talk 757, your one-stop shop for volleyball on Hampton Roads.
How you doing? You're right. My head does look really big like this. Yeah. Welcome to Net Talk 757 with Dave and Keith. I'm Keith. That's Dave. My voice is shot. I'm fighting a cold right now. But either way, we still want to sit down and spend a little time with you guys. First of all, thank you. I perceive by the time we post this, we'll be over 100 likes.
It's awesome.
You know, we're at 98.
98. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty good. We've only been up, what, a couple weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks maybe.
2 weeks, wow.
Not even full.
Very good.
Yeah, we're pretty happy about that. But anyways, we decided we're going to try and, anytime we get a chance, just sit down and record stuff. And, for all we know, we might not post this for, a week, or we could post it tomorrow. But we just wanted to take this opportunity to sit down and talk to you guys. Now, I wanted to ask you, right? Your team didn't play this weekend.
Right. We had to take some time off. We have some injuries and some sickness, and some kids had to do some school functions with missing a lot of school for the snow and whatever. There were some study groups and whatever. We have a lot of kids who are in AP and IB and all that kind of stuff. So
what's IB? I know what AP is.
I don't even know. It's 2 letters that mean you're very smart.
You made it up.
No, I didn't.
There's no such thing as IB.
Someone will type on here. I'm telling you, they're going to type on here and educate
IB.
you. Yeah. So we have kids doing all kinds of stuff. So it was just one of those rough weekends with the snow and having to travel that we were just like, this just isn't capable for us to do this weekend. So it's a nice weekend off for everybody.
So basically, you got to be a civilian and came over where my team was actually playing it in the Old Dominion region one-day event at Virginia Wesley.
Right.
So, as a spectator, you should have, if we would have had T-shirts, if someone makes T-shirts, you could have worn your T-shirt and been like.
I was planning on it.
Yeah, well, you don't have T-shirts yet.
They're not made yet.
No, matter of fact, I was supposed to call her today and I forgot. Anyway, tell me what you observed as a civilian and not a coach. What did you see?
Well, there were a lot of things I saw. First, it was great to see that many kids participating. It was a pretty nice size event for the Old Dominion region. A lot of teams. A lot of teams that I knew had teams. And then I did find out that, we weren't sure in the episode 1, I think we mentioned it, about Blackwater. We weren't sure if Blackwater had a team or not, and they do.
Yep.
Some teams with some different names now. They used to be called one thing, and now they're called something different, but they're basically from the same area.
Right.
Some new coaches that I have never seen before, some coaches that have been around for years that I've seen. Got to catch up with some officials and give them a hard time as a spectator. Usually give them a hard time as a coach, but now I got to give them a hard time as a spectator, which was fun.
So the question is, do they like you now? Because they don't like you whenever you're a coach.
Well, no, probably not.
Probably not.
But it's harder to give a fan a red card, so I could heckle from a distance and whatever. And so it was just neat seeing, some of the kids playing. I don't get to see a whole lot of the ODR one-day events. So a lot of the kids who, are in my high school or from around the area that play, I don't get to see a whole lot. So I did get to see a lot of kids that normally I wouldn't get to see. So
it's probably different too, because usually when you're at an event coaching, you are there at the event.
You're busy.
To piggyback on that, there were multiple girls from the high school I coach at.
Right.
That I didn't get to see any of them, and they all came over and said hi to me. You gonna come watch me play? And it's like, yeah, except that I've got this match and this match,
and then you got to go eat, right? And then you got to work, and right. So when you're coaching and you're at the event coaching, you're focused on what you're doing. Where here, it was nice. I was just able to bounce around and talk to some parents I haven't seen in a long time, and just talk about club volleyball and talk with some coaches about club volleyball in general and
about Net Talk 757.
About Net Talk 757, did mention it to a lot of people, so tried to get them to watch the show.
Business cards.
We should. They'll come in with the T-shirts. And so it was neat being on that side of things. People thought I was crazy.
What?
Because it was my one weekend away from volleyball, and where am I at?
Volleyball.
So but now that we're doing this, I felt like it was also a little bit necessary for me to get out and see what else is going on, rather than just when my team's participating and that kind of stuff. So it was good.
Now, okay, so I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. This is like the most random thing in the world. What did you know? Okay, I was on my court, didn't really get around. Did you notice what I was wearing? Okay, when I went to Capitol Hill, one of my coaches joked me and they called me a thug. They said, "You look like you're the thug coach."
Were you wearing a hat or not?
I was wearing a hat. I wasn't wearing this one, but I was wearing a blue Nike hat, no print on it, but I always wear them like this.
Right.
So I mean, what do you think? Like, what is a coach supposed to wear or not wear? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did you see this weekend?
You saw a variety of things. I don't know if I necessarily have a personal preference or not. I think a lot of people get into that. Mm-hmm. I don't. Me personally, I don't judge a coach necessarily by what they're wearing. Mm-hmm. But I think you see various ends of the spectrum for sure. You see and I know you do this. You see the shorts with the tennis shoes and T-shirt and the hat and whatever, and that's fine. And then I've seen coaches where they're wearing button-down shirts with sweaters and nice pants and dress shoes, and I think that's fine as well. I think it. A lot of it just depends on what maybe your parents expect or what they're used to seeing, or
parents
how,
as in the players' parents,
right? And how the team reacts to what you're wearing and that type of stuff. But I've never really gotten into too much of that. I think you sort of handle your team by the way you coach them, not necessarily totally by how you're dressed. I always thought it was, silly that basketball coaches get dressed up in suits and coach basketball, and they're, running up and down the sideline and screaming, and they're sweating, and they don't look comfortable. They're sweating all over their suit anyway, so they don't look good that way anyway. Right. And I always found that silly, but at some point someone started doing it, and now it's become this major norm. I hope volleyball doesn't get to that point. And thankfully some of the best coaches in the nation haven't bought into that. Right. And I think because when the best coaches in the nation don't buy into that, then everything sort of trickles down to where everyone else is like, well, I don't have to wear a shirt and tie to do this coaching.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I know like on one-day tournaments, I almost always wear shorts.
Right.
I
think most coaches wear something dealing with their club.
Yeah.
Or the colors of their club. Yep. I think that's always nice to do. I don't know if you necessarily have to have your logo all the time, but to wear the colors of your club or whatever. I think that's always nice to have on. Or
I do it different in high school. In high school, I usually wear khakis and a polo shirt.
Right.
That's what I always wear.
Right.
But for club, it's just.
Well, club, you're there all day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're on the floor. There's times when there's no seats and your team's working and you're literally sitting on the floor.
Right.
I think that you get into high school or college, even the temperature is a little bit more controlled. Where club, hopping from one court to another to another to another, I mean, you could be cold on one court because it's right beside the door that keeps opening and shutting, and you could be warm on the other court, where you're next to the fry guy who's cooking up fries all day long. And
Capitol Hill Classic, we got stuck next to the people making
the pita sandwiches.
Not the pita sandwiches, the freaking Philadelphia
cheesesteaks.
Oh,
and that's all you can think of.
And they didn't smell good.
Oh, they didn't smell good.
That was that like grease that hadn't been changed in 2 weeks, and the girls were complaining like, oh. And then whenever you get on that side of the court, they were just like, wow, I wanted to throw up. It was terrible.
See, I always like to be by the Dippin' Dot stand.
Really?
And then when I'm warming up with the girls, every once in a while I'll hit one really hard so they shank it in the Dippin' Dot stand, and you just see Dippin' Dots go all over the place. That's like my goal. It's good stuff.
That's terrible.
So anyway, but I mean, I think that has some things to do with what coaching.
Well, the thing is, I was joking with my parents at the Capitol Hill that I look around. It's like I don't even. Who knows what a coach is supposed to dress like? But I always look at myself and I'm like, I don't look like a coach.
Right.
I'm not. I don't think I'm trying to. But it's like you said, it's not basketball where everybody's in a uniform look. But it's like, you know, I don't know, and I think I don't care. I mean, my personality is
right.
I'm just, you know, the only thing that matters is if when I go to practice, do I do my job?
Right.
Right. If they come into a match and they're better than they were before the last match, then who cares what I'm wearing?
No, I think it can be too extreme though. Like
Sure.
I don't, you know, I don't know if I necessarily.
Wife beater.
I don't know if I care to see, you know, coaches in tank tops
Right.
and board shorts.
Right.
But you know, I've seen coaches look very nice in a pair of you know, golf shorts and a polo shirt with flip flops on, and I have no issue with that.
That's something. When the weather warms up, I'll wear like shorts and a polo shirt all the time.
Right.
That's kind of the MO for me.
Right. And I'll be honest, during the winter, you know, many times, and it's sort of become, I don't know, a lot of people just are like, oh, that's just what they wear. I wear sweatshirts all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I, not modeling it off of anybody at all. Matter of fact, you know, coaches who do that, like Bill Belichick,
I knew you were gonna
right?
say Belichick.
I mean, he's one of my least favorite coaches in the NFL.
He sucks.
Right? But, you know, that's sort of my thing too. Like, there's times whenever I go into tournaments and that's what I want to wear because to me that's almost like that's gear where you're getting after it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never felt like I was getting after it in a shirt and tie. But I throw on a sweatshirt, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? I throw, you know, so.
Well, part of my thing is too, when you're coaching, do you want everybody looking at you or do you want everybody looking at your team?
Right.
So, you know, that's why I think I'm just so neutral that it's okay. Don't, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Presentable.
Oh yeah, always presentable.
But I don't know. You know, but then there's times when I've worn a button-down shirt and a sweater and was very comfortable with that. And
I can't wear a sweater.
No.
That really makes me look fat.
Yeah.
I already got to try not to look fat as it is.
So no sweaters?
No sweaters.
So your team has to know not to get you sweaters for your coach's gift at the end of the year?
They do, I just put it aside.
I think they should get you a V-neck, no-sleeve sweater, and that's just what you should wear on the side. No shirt underneath.
If it's like
no shirt underneath.
Plaid.
No shirt underneath.
Yeah. Anyway, before he rambles on about this wonderful outfit I'm going to wear, coaches, what do you think? We'd actually like to hear from it. I mean,
what are you wearing?
What are you wearing? What you know? What's your?
Send a picture.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Actually,
send a picture in your coaching getup.
You can actually just reply, right? When you comment on this, you can put a picture. Maybe you should put a picture of yourself.
And then I can try to do that.
I'll find one of
and then maybe because the shirts are coming in.
Jeez.
Maybe in the next couple tournaments, we might have to set a deadline. But in the next couple tournaments, the coach out there, or player out there, or parent out there, who can send in the wildest
of themselves
outfit.
or just
no.
taking a picture
it
of someone
has to
else?
be and they can't set it up. They can't get their coach to, they can't talk their coach into dressing weird or something silly because they can win a free t-shirt. It has to be someone who they don't know, right? If they can send in a picture of that coach wearing that goofy outfit, we will judge it, and the goofiest outfit that person can get, we'll send a t-shirt to that person.
That's funny. So you heard it from him. I need to tell you this before we go. At Capitol Hill, there were two guys in our club that the head coach went to a thrift shop and bought like these cheesy plaid blazers, and so on the final day, they both wore them.
Here's my thing about that, and I say this about coaches. I've said it for years, and I say it about players. If you're gonna wear something goofy,
right?
If you're gonna do your hair something goofy, like if girls gonna have like 3 ponytails, right? I've seen that before, or whatever. Or you're gonna have 15 colors in your hair, or you're gonna wear something that's looks like you're still from 1980 or whatever. You better be good. If your coach is gonna wear a plaid blazer,
it was
your team better be good. You better be winning the championship.
It was day 3 and like flight 7.
Right. You better be winning the championship.
Anyways, again, thanks for watching us. Net Talk 757. Send us an email. Where's the email go, Dave?
I don't know. The email goes somewhere.
It's tough. It's harder than it looks.
Here.
Right. NetTalk757 at yahoo.com. Send us an email. And hopefully you give us some good information we'll put in one of these videos. So.
Yep. Keep playing.
And?
Keep digging.
All right. See you.